Raider Nation, what's going on? Mitchell Renz here from Chat Sports, and you're watching the Raiders Report. Coming up on today's show, I'm going to be looking at the Raiders' biggest winners from OTAs so far. We're looking at winners. We're looking at losers. This is based off of people who I have texted, sources that I have reached out to, and then the latest reports circulating around Raiders OTAs. Let's go to the very first name up here, and it looks like we're going to start with the losers, and then we're going to head on over to the winners, and we'll go back and forth is kind of how I wanted to do it. Today's show is also presented by Bird Dogs. It's Jimmy Garoppolo, and the reason why Garoppolo has to be a loser for OTAs, it's because what was the biggest concern that Raider fans and honestly NFL fans had about Garoppolo? It was the injury concern. Did we know that there was something 100% not right with him in terms of his foot, ankle? Yes. However, when news comes out that he's probably not going to be ready until training camp, which is late July, early August, with the Raiders' preseason schedule now out, for those that don't know, Raiders, Niners, August 13th, that's a Sunday. I do anticipate him being ready for that, but it's another injury concern with Jimmy Garoppolo, and yes, for that reason, that makes him a loser. With Jimmy Garoppolo being named a loser, one of the winners has to be the backup quarterbacks. This is going to be extra reps for Brian Hoyer. Not that I'm crazy about that. It's extra reps for Aiden O'Connell, which, hey man, good for the rookie. If you're a young rookie quarterback, this is a very good situation for you. Why? He's going to step onto the field right away, and he is a better quarterback than Brian Hoyer right now. I'm not saying that he knows the offense better. No, that's clearly not it. And it's also a good opportunity for Chase Garbers. If your starting quarterback will not be around the entire offseason, guess what? That makes you a winner. If you missed the Jimmy Garoppolo surgery news, Chugs and we covered this on Thursday during our live show, and it's just another reason to hit that subscribe button to make sure you never miss anything going on around the silver and black. You know what Chug said? We're going to go for another winner, so let's do it. We're going to go with Michael Mayer at tight end. From what I have been hearing, he just looks like a man amongst boys. Like, he's a big guy at 6'4", 265, but when you look at him on the field, he's just so much more broad than everybody else. You know what I'm talking about? When he's going up and down the field, you can tell that he has the ability to catch the football. He can block. He can do it all. And it's really hard to find do-it-all tight ends in today's NFL. When I look at him, I look at somebody like a Mark Andrews, where he doesn't have the catching ability of somebody like Travis Kelce, but he has a legit blocking mentality, and he's just not afraid to lay into people. When he was coming out from Notre Dame, he was my number one tight end prospect, and Austin Hooper, he actually might be the better pass catcher right now, and sometimes teams, players, it gets a little bit difficult to adapt to the NFL level. I do think that he's going to be able to adapt quickly. He's going to love the Josh McDaniels system. And from what I hear right now, Michael Mayer looks like a man amongst boys. So my question to the nation out there, because I know we got a diehard fan base here, not only on the Raiders Report, but I'd make the argument, I always say, I'll take 300 Raider fans against 1,000 any other fans any day of the week, right? If you're another fan and you're like, no, it's not true, pull up to a Vegas tailgate and let's get it going. How many years, though, have you been a Raiders fan? I am a new fan. The first time I went to a Raiders game in 2019, Raiders Monday Night Football against the Broncos had me hooked. Went back in Week 9 to an Oakland tailgate, and then I was there at the final game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's why I'm a Raider fan. So how many years have you been a fan? Let's go to the next Raiders OTA loser, and it's Hunter Renfrow, and it's more just because he's not on the field right now. To me, I have always been a big fan of Renfrow, but when I look at some of these OTA losers, I do simple math, and some of you are like, well, what are you talking about, simple math? It's him not on the field, plus Jacoby Myers, plus DeAndre Carter, plus Trey Tucker, equals him being a OTA loser. If you're Renfrow right now, you got this regime, you want to try to do everything in your possible mentality, mindset that you think, okay, this is going to help me stick around on this Raiders roster for a little bit longer. If he ends up not getting dealt, not getting traded, well, then guess what? We did a lot of talking, a lot of hoopla about nothing. My problem is, though, I got good sources. There's a lot of other people out there that have got good sources. And for all of these reasons is why I have Hunter Renfrow as a potential loser. Now, I can't confirm this, but this might actually be Hunter Renfrow in this picture here, sponsored by Bird Dogs. And if you want to get these awesome shorts, go to birddogs.com. Make sure you use promo code chat. I actually got my Raiders version of these bad boys on right now, my silver ones, which, Hellcat, if you're watching, these are the ones that I posted on Instagram and on Twitter as well. But if you want to get your hands on these awesome shorts, go to birddogs.com. Make sure that you use promo code chat. It's going to be available for you guys down in the comments and in the description of today's show. When I think about what I look for in shorts, I want things that fit me great. What does that mean? If my shorts don't fit me well, I'm just simply not going to wear them. I also want comfort. I want to be able to have all of my twigs and berries in the right places. Versatility, whether I want to go out and hang out with the boys or do I want to go out date night? If you're a golfer, these are great. I was swimming in these things. You can run in these shorts, these pants. They are unbelievable, and I want you to go check them out. Personally, I got a big badonkadonk, and if you also got a little bit of junk in the trunk, you're going to want to get your hands on these. Why? Because I've never felt better in any other clothing item. Not only do they make me look great, but they're so comfortable that I can wear them all day without feeling restricted. Plus, the stretchy fabric hugs my legs in all the right places. If you're ready to elevate your wardrobe with Bird Dogs, click the link in the description and in the comments or go to birddogs.com, and when you enter promo code CHAT, they'll throw in a free Yeti-style tumbler with every order. So I wanted to show you guys the free Yeti-style tumbler that we have. And for those of you that are watching this live, once Raiders Happy Hour gets on and popping today, one of the reasons why I love Bird Dogs, not only do they have great shorts, but I like sponsors that they let me be me. And these dudes that own this place, they're a bunch of dudes being dudes. So we're going to be doing beer bongs today out of the Bird Dogs Yeti-style tumbler. I'm excited about it because, hey, if I want to be able to keep my drinks cold, and if you're a coffee drinker, you put coffee in this thing's going to stay warm for like 24 hours. But we're going to do some beer bongs out of this Yeti-style tumbler thanks to our awesome sponsor, Bird Dogs. Experience the comfort for yourself, birddogs.com. All right, we're going to keep rolling here with our OTA winners and losers so far. And if you don't get your hands on some Bird Dogs, I'm sorry, but you're going to be a loser this offseason. Let's go to a winner here. It's Dylan Parham on the offensive line. I know that Colton Miller is going to start at left tackle. However, I think every other decision made by the Raiders on the rest of their offensive line, left guard, center, right guard, right tackle, all revolves around this man right here. If they have the confidence that Parham can play left guard, that means, okay, all they got to do is figure out their other three positions. They know that he can play left guard. If they're confident enough in him to play center, they're going to put him at center, which then means probably bad things for Andre James, and then they're going to have to figure out left guard, right tackle. If they're like, you know what, we want to put him at right guard, you have the ability to do it. He is a very intelligent offensive lineman. The coaching staff is extremely high on him. They have loved him since he came out of college. I like Dylan Parham a lot as well, which for those of you that have watched the show for a long time know that. For all of those reasons, Dylan Parham is a big-time winner. Let's go to another OTA loser here, and it's kind of the same song and dance that I've done with these other two guys. Tyree Wilson is not on the field. That makes him a loser. Also, he's got that added pressure of Raiders first-round busts. And Raider fans, they want to see success out of their first-rounders. Every NFL team does. I do. Do I believe Tyree Wilson's going to be a hell of a player? No doubt about it. I don't doubt it for a second. But when you have had the amount of swing and misses that this Raiders team has, especially on defense, trying to get some of these players in round one, I want to see what he looks like on the field. And the fact that he's got a foot injury right now, the fact that he's not going to be on the field until a little bit later, potentially training camp, that does, unfortunately, make him a loser for the sake of the video. Let's go to another winner here. It's Davante Adams. Why? Because I love and respect Davante Adams and the swagger that he brings. If Davante doesn't like something, he's going to tell you about it. So the fact that he's out there saying, yeah, man, we don't see eye to eye right now with the offensive plan that the Raiders are doing. If you're Josh McDaniels, if you're Dave Ziegler, you go, all right, if Davante doesn't like something, there's no way in my mind that anybody can be like, it's not that big of a deal. If Davante Adams doesn't like something, you should be like, oh, we should think about it a little bit. but it's also he's a winner because he's one of the best receivers in the league. The reports that I have gotten from his teammates are Davante is not only continue to show like why he's the best receiver in the NFL, he's also trying to help out the younger guys. And then on top of that, there's all these rumors, Davante trade this. Comes out and says, I want to win a Super Bowl here. This is where I want to be. Jimmy Garoppolo is my guy. Davante Adams speaks the truth. And for that, he's a winner. Let's go to another OTA loser here, and it's Alex Bars. He was the starting right guard for the Las Vegas Raiders last season. Unfortunately for him, though, they have added a lot of competition at the offensive guard position, and then there's always that possibility that if they want to kick in Jermaine Illuminor at right guard and they're more confident in maybe like, Brandon Parker at right tackle, maybe a Thayer Munford. I would say right now, I would rather have Greg Van Roten, Dylan Parham, Netane Moody, maybe even McClendon Curtis over Bars at this point. Heck, there's even some people who I've talked to that think that Justin Murray, who is listed there as a third-string left tackle, he has also had some experience playing guard. To me, they have made a lot of corrections this offseason, which is why Bars is a loser. You know who's also going to be a loser? Jermaine Illuminor. And I want y'all to save the date right now, June 10th, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. 5 p.m. Pacific Time. Me against Jermaine Illuminor. Tons of other Raiders fans are going to be there. Tons of other Raiders players. Some other NFL guys will be in attendance. Competitive hot wing eating contest at Barcode Burgers. Put it in your calendar. Chugs and I are going to be out there. It's going to be an awesome time. All the proceeds that we get are going to be going to charity as well. So if you like charity, you like the Raiders, and you want to watch two grown men try to eat as many hot wings as possible, then you better be at Barcode Burgers Saturday, June 10th at 5 p.m. Let's go to the next Raiders OTA winners, and it's Marcus Epps. So I texted a few Raiders players that I know, and I said, all right, man, what do you think so far about OTAs? And one of the names that kept getting brought up to me was Marcus Epps, and just in terms of when you look at the Raiders roster, there's still so many question marks, right? Don't get me wrong. I think Epps is the top strong safety. I know Maxx Crosby is the top defensive end. Davante Adams is the top wide receiver. Certain players are the top players at those positions. The top guy that I continually got told of, hey, this is the number one safety on our team, was Marcus Epps. It was not Trevon Merrick. That was not the name I was given. And in fact, the leadership that he was bringing, the toughness, I continually got Epps is the player who you should mention basically in your winners and losers segment. So for all those reasons, Marcus Epps is a winner. Let's go to the final loser here for my Raiders OTA winners and losers so far. It's Justin Herron. Herron has not been on the field at OTAs, and the Raiders, they traded for him last season. And a lot of people thought that, hey, this is going to be your savior, essentially, at right tackle. Does he have the New England connections? Yes, he does. But his contract is non-guaranteed. I also, from what I hear, teams a little bit concerned about the injury that he sustained. On top of that, I think that Justin Murray might actually have a little notch above him. They like Brandon Parker. They brought him back. They want to see what they have in Thayer Munford. The Raiders, to me, are a team that's probably going to keep 9, 10, maybe, and I mean maybe, keep 11 offensive linemen. I don't foresee that happening, but the only way that Herron has a chance to make this roster is if they do keep double-digit offensive linemen. If they're only going to keep 9, I'm sorry, he's not going to make this team. So the fact that other players continue to step up and stay healthy, that makes Justin Herron a loser. Another thing that I wanted to bring up here on today's show was I posted this picture on Twitter. I saw Maxx Crosby posted this on his IG, and I like the helmet. However, though, I got mixed reviews, and usually when I put anything out about Maxx Crosby, it's, this guy can do no wrong. He's the face of this team. He does everything that you would ever want a Raider, any football player. If I was a dad, I would say, hey, son, daughter, this is the person that you want to model your game after because he puts in the time and the effort. Raider fans know that. But what I want to know is he a winner or a loser for this helmet? I like it. I know that the triangle, I don't know exactly what it means to Crosby, but he's got the triangle on his face mask. He always wears chains with the triangle. He's got it on his neck, the neck tattoo. To me, it symbolizes something. So, I have the prayer hands. I have the prayer hands tatted on me. Prayer hands, to me, they mean something. For that reason, I consider it a winner. But there are some people out there that don't necessarily like it. So Maxx Crosby, winner, loser, let me know down in the comments for having this helmet here. I will tell them, by the way, what you say. Let's go one more time here, and if you want to take a screenshot of our winners and losers from Raiders OTAs so far, you can please take a screenshot, post this on Twitter, post this on Instagram. I am at MitchellRenz365, and if you want to tag Jeremy Chugs as well, please don't be shy, but only if you bleed silver and black.